Howdy, and welcome to Mo's World, the baseball podcast. Yep, another baseball podcast. Here we talk about baseball like a few friends sitting at the bar. We're excited to bring you our latest episode. If you enjoyed the podcast, spread the word to your friends. In Season 2, Episode 35, we are going to talk about the conclusion of the minor league baseball season. Now, MLB enters the final month of the season, but minor league baseball is winding down soon. In the low A leagues, they concluded on September 7th. High A, same date, and Double A finished up on September 14th. That leaves us with AAA baseball still going, and that will end this coming weekend, September 21st. And then they'll have their AAA National Championship game, which will be placed on September 27th. But right now, we're going to talk about the International League. And the International League is basically the teams on the East Coast, and the Pacific Coast League is teams on the West Coast. And basically the leaders have been the Lehigh Valley IronPigs, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, the Scranton Wilkes-Barr RailRiders, and the Durham Bulls of the Eastern Division International League. In the Western Division, we've had the Indianapolis Indians, the Nashville Sounds. Those are the teams that have been leading. And basically, with the last week approaching. But what does this whole thing mean to the Major League Baseball team? Do the minor leagues impact the Major League Baseball team it is affiliated with? You know, sometimes they're waiting for the playoffs to conclude and before bringing up some star players. And the Lehigh Valley IronPigs and Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp have had a strong season, currently flip-flopping in the International League's Eastern Division. The Scranton Wilkes-Barr RailRiders and Durham Bulls are right down to the final week and also producing a nice season. So the IronPigs are the Phillies. The Jumbo Shrimp are affiliated with the Marlins, the RailRiders with the Yankees, and the Durham Bulls with the Rays. They were the top teams in the East. Now, what do the Major League Baseball teams have to look forward to? Is there anyone that they're waiting on to promote, give them a cup of water, a cup of whatever, bringing them up to the majors for the final part of the year, or perhaps in spring training? Well, as the Phillies make a strong push into September to lock up the East, which they just did, and prepare for the playoffs, their top minor league affiliate, the IronPigs, also had a standout year. There's someone in particular that stood out to me, and his name is Justin Crawford. He's playing left field and center field with the IronPigs. This was his fourth year in the minors, and he appears like he's ready for the show. He's leading the league with a .334 average, so miraculously a minor leaguer who can hit. And that's just not 1 year of showing. He's played 213 minor league games, and he maintains a .316 average with 12 home runs and 130 RBIs. He also has excellent speed with 46 stolen bases this year. So, will he get a chance? What are some of the names maybe on the Phillies that could give Justin Crawford the opportunity? Well, what about Nick Castellanos? He's 33, playing right field. He's signed through 2026 at $20 million per year. But maybe his production is declining enough for Crawford to get a shot. There's also Brandon Marsh. He's only 27. It's on his last year of the contract, and it's a very friendly team contract of $3 million per year. But perhaps the door is open. His batting average was up this year, but his overall production took a noticeable hit. Of course, you can't talk about Philly players possibly leaving without mentioning Kyle Schwarber. He's 32, played as a left fielder and a DH, and he's a free agent after this season. Will the Phillies pursue him to bring him back? Holy crap, I hope so. I don't know. I'm looking at, he's 32, but he's been pretty damn productive. I don't see him dropping off the edge of a cliff. I'm looking at 4 years, $120 million with a $30 million payday. I don't see him leaving. Maybe perhaps to the Cubs. That's it. The Phillies also have Harrison Beta, who they picked up in the trade deadline. He's 31, plays left and center field. He's another free agent this year, though. And currently he's making $6.25 million, so I'm not sure if he's going to stick around. And Max Kepler, he's 32, playing right field. He's another free agent after this year. He's currently making in the $10 million range, and I'm not sure if the Phillies are going to stick around with him either. So with 3 pending free agents and 2 production questions, you have 5 players that could be leaving the Phillies. So we have the Phillies as one of the leading teams in the National League, which are pursuing a good opportunity to get back to the World Series. And that would be the first since 2008. And next year, they will have a new outfield, more than likely. Wow, this is what we mean by the window of opportunity. As we discussed in Season 2, Episode 30, the Phillies need to win now. Their window of opportunity, they've closed the screen window, and they're closing the window now. Is it going to be locked? The Phillies need to win now. So, what about the Miami Marlins? Can they expect anybody to come on the team and make an impact for them? Well, that team is probably worrying about who's signing their checks next year, but how does their minor league affiliate impact them? And they are the Jumbo Shrimp. So the Marlins were better than most probably had predicted. They did finish ahead of the Braves, so I guess that was a major surprise. Who in the minors, though, might make their roster next year? I didn't really see a lot of names, but Christian Roy, I don't think I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Christian Roy, R-O-A, who is a right-hand pitcher. He's been in the minor league system for 5 years. He's 26 years old and just put his best season together this year. He's currently on the 40-man roster, so that means the Marlins, they see him for sure. He was selected off of waivers from the Reds. I don't know if the Reds just tired of him, but he made his major league debut this September 6th. And we see him making an impact in the bullpen next year. He was 10-2, 2.75 ERA in 48 games in relief after spending his entire career as a starter. So, we have the year of the imploding bullpen in Major League Baseball. And having a number 26 team ERA of 4.68 and a bullpen ERA of 4.32, I believe opportunities will exist for Christian because, we're only looking at AAA level prospects here. So you got to hope for more throughout the system. Moving on to the RailRiders, which are the Yankees affiliate. Now, the Yankees usually maintain a decent farm system. But do they get the most out of their prospects? Not really. We've also discussed that. So who's making some noise in AAA exclusively? And that would be T.J. Rumfield. You may have recognized that name if you're a Yankee fan. This is his 5th year in the minors. Is he ready? Well, he led the league in hits this year, and he's compiled a nice 272 average with 37 home runs and 183 RBIs in his 309-game minor league career. This season, he hit 285 with 15 home runs, 85 RBIs, and an 820 OPS. The chance could be available, but you never know. It is the Yankees. They've got Paul Goldschmidt at 38 years old, currently at first base. I think it's pretty obvious that this was a one-year rental free agent. He will move on to a new team in 2026. Now, the name Ben Rice, he's 26, and Ben has been playing first base, catcher, and DH with the Yankees as it seems the team enjoys having him around. Here is a Yankee rookie who may just stick around. He was very successful this year in splitting time at multiple positions. That's it. That's all I see on the AAA level. So this could be the best opportunity for Rumfield to make the team. I think it's his last opportunity as well. Okay, we've got the Durham Bulls up next, who are the affiliate of the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, perhaps the Rays may have the address of the Major League Baseball team more on their mind for next season. Between stadium questions, ownership questions, let's see who makes an impact from their minor league affiliate, the Durham Bulls, who finished quite nicely in AAA. Who stands out the most to me is Ian Seymour, a pitcher just completing 5 years in the minors as a starter. He completed his second impressive year in a row as he went 9-3 for the Durham Bulls, starting 15 games with an ERA of 2.62. With 104 Ks in 86 innings, he may get that opportunity this spring. I really do not think it is necessary to list pitchers currently on the roster or leaving in free agency. Why? Because every team needs pitching. It's wide open for all opportunities. Now, what about the Western Division of the International League? That consisted of the Indianapolis Indians, who, I know, kind of an odd name, right? And you would think they would be an Indians affiliate. But no, they're the Pirates. And the Nashville Sounds of the Brewers. They led the Western Division. And let's see if they have players making an impact. Now, the Indians, I'm sorry to beat a dead horse, but this horse needs to be pummeled. We've talked about the shitty ownership of the Pirates just not caring. So I doubt they give a shit about their minor league talent, unless they are used in trades or just filling roster spots. But who stood out for AAA Indians this year? No doubt about it, Bubba Chandler. And he just got called up and made his Major League debut on August 22nd. It looks like he is for real. After 4 years in the minors, it appears he's ready. He started 24 games this season, going 5-6 with a 4.05 ERA, but he was teasing with throwing 121 Ks in only 100 innings. Let's see if he can continue to improve in the quest to join the rotation in 2026. Unfortunately, there appears to be more career minor leaguers on the Indians than actually Major League Baseball prospects. Sorry, Pirate fans. Now, over in Nashville, the Nashville Sounds, affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. Does this organization impact this list as well? Looking at the Sounds, the Brewers affiliate, I have to say yes. More than likely, yes. These players on the Sounds play in a lively, impressive ballpark in Nashville. Annually, they impress with their attendance and their support. Does that help the player? I feel most definitely yes. So let's see who the Sounds may be sending north to Milwaukee next year. And it's pitchers. Wow, what a shock. Everyone needs pitchers, like I said, and Logan Henderson, the right-hand pitcher, who's 23 years old and just completed his 4th year in the Brewers system. He went 10-4 this year with 15 starts, producing a .352 ERA and 79.3 innings, and he struck out 87. He made his debut with the Brewers earlier this season on April 20th and has proceeded to go 3-0 in starts with the Brewers. So, he definitely more than likely is not a good candidate. He's a great candidate for the Brewers rotation for next year. And then we've got a name that was pretty much all around baseball. Jacob Misiorowski, the right-hand pitcher. He's only 23. He also made his Major League Baseball debut on June 12th of this year. He's been 4-2 in 12 starts, and with the Sounds, he went 64 innings, giving up only 38 hits while striking out 80. He made his impact early, as he was a Rookie of the Year candidate, so I expect much more of him in Milwaukee next year. The Sounds also have many seasoned players, but most of their young talent is in the lower levels. So this was the International League prospects only, as the West Coast teams predominantly are in the Pacific Coast League. Maybe we will get to that one in the future, but honestly, being on the East Coast, I seldom get a chance to see those players or teams. I hope that this list at least piqued your interest to who could catch a ride and make the team. So, if you have not been to a minor league game, please check it out in the future. Next year, see some of these awesome future major leaguers. I think that's a wrap for today. Thank you for joining us for the 35th episode of Season 2 of Mo's World, the Baseball Podcast. Our regular schedule for new episodes is every Friday, with each episode lasting approximately 20 minutes. We appreciate your support and encourage you to share the podcast with your friends. Our next episode will be released on Friday, September 26th, and we should be I think the playoff teams by then, I think, would be wrapping up. Some divisions will be going to the last game of the season, so we'll probably address some of that. We look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, ask yourself, whose world is it? It's Mo's World.